Hi, welcome. We're here to talk about the extended writing. This comes behind your writing, Communicate Effectively tab, and as you look through that tab, you'll see that it outlines here for you the mini lessons that you can do throughout the week, the independent and collaborative writing that can be done throughout the week, and about how many minutes is being recommended for that during that time. So if you scroll then to the next page, or turn the page in your teacher manual, you'll see that also there are many lessons here structured for you to be able to teach over a 10-day sequence, and that in 3 and 4 you're still working with the personal narrative and working with some mini lessons over a 10-day sequence. So you have here a couple of options to be able to choose to work through that extended writing, where you're working with plan, revise, peer conferencing, developing the draft, all of those components that are in the writing process. One of the features and wonders that's really awesome is this whole idea of an expert model. So the sample that I have in front of you here is all about the personal narrative, and whenever a personal narrative or narrative is being used, they go back to the text that you've already read. So if the text that week was a story feature or a fictional account or even something like an autobiography, they'll go back to the text to be able to have you look at what the expert author did. And so you will analyze that expert model, and that's what it has here. Here they're going back to the text. This is the 3rd grade example. So they're going back to the literature anthology to look at how the author structured some of those components for that. If you are doing a opinion or even an informational or explain option for your extended writing, the expert model here will actually be an essay that has been formed. And so that essay then comes to the forefront, and kids actually can analyze the prompt and work within the essay. So it becomes an anchor text for how you would then formulate your explain or inform or your opinion. So here, what students always do first then in the steps of the extended writing is they look at the expert model, and here they're analyzing that expert model in the reading writing companion, and it helps them with that. There are some hints that are also here that you can see for the student. Then it takes them through that process. One day we're going to plan and choose our topic and work through this mini lesson for that. And there is a page for that with them. You turn the page, then they have the plan. The target skill that was done this week was planned with a sequence of events. So that also will be put in the personal narrative because they learned it in reading, and now they're going to be doing it in writing. And so then here you see them planning their sequence of events for their story. Then there's a mini lesson on how to develop a draft, put in some of those descriptive details. There's collaboration that is always put in here in these steps so that kids are working together to develop their drafts. And here you see how the reading writing companion helps kids to be supported with their draft. There is a revision piece here, so talking about how they can revise, and then again helping them to revise, and how they can also peer conference with each other. So then that's taking some of that load off of you to be able to help kids how to give each other feedback as you develop that classroom culture. There is also then they edit and proofread, and that's what is here, and then publish and present and evaluate. So then you would be presenting the rubrics. They have several of those pieces that are in the digital components as well as in the reading writing companion. There is also the option of another essay. All of the essays that were mapped for you were done with essay number 1. So essay number 2 is a bonus. It's an optional piece, but you could have 2 pieces that you did in that 20-day sequence. So you can take the the 2 10-day sequence to do one topic or a 20-day sequence. So those are up to you, and it would go through those same steps. The expert model, and then plan or choose your topic, etc. And that is the conclusion of how to do the extended writing and what's behind the extended writing tab.